Okay, we're live. Um, well, we've got an exciting update. We've got a lot of exciting updates. I think we might be able to finish the game for posting today. Um, if it goes extremely well, or actually if it just goes pretty well, we'll be ready. So if it goes pretty well, then we'll just post it to itch today. If some of the tests fail and it needs some more work, I think we'll post it first thing in the live stream next week. So if anyone's watching, you should be able to play the game either this week or next week, which is great. Which means you'll finally get to hear the sound design, which is a lot better now. Sound. The music has always been great because we did the Suno thing and the AI music, but specifically it's that post grunge early 2000s rock that is just the perfect stuff to race to. So we are gonna do that, and yeah, let's see where we're at because this is exciting. Oh, as a side note. Jeez. I made them and then I took them all to another room. I made another cool 3D model. I think I showed you guys the tower, my castle for my chess set, which is amazing. If I didn't, there he is. Wow, really hard to see. Come on, Blur. There we go. Roar. He just looks like he's ready to eat your face off, which I think makes sense because the castle's a pretty intimidating piece as chess pieces go. Like, what's it? The bishops are snipers. They hit you from across the board, and there's something you have to watch out for, but they're subtle. The queen's obviously a bulldozer, and she's the tallest piece, and she's both heavy hitting and elegant, and there's all of that stuff, and her design works well for that. The castle, however, is a bulldozer. It's a bulldog. It's like you put a cat, like if you get a clear line and you move a castle to it, you're like, yeah, this line is mine now. Anyone who enters this line is gone because I've got this ravaging beast guarding that line. And it's just it's got little tentacles for feet. It's like just a mimic castle thing, or not a mimic, but kind of like, how a snail adopts a shell. This is kind of like that, but it adopts like bricks and castle pieces and gets into general castle shape. Anyways, I think I showed you guys that last week. Pretty excited. I also made a really cool mech guy, and I'm excited about that too. Needs a few tweaks. Doesn't print that well just because his arms are hanging down to his sides, which means there's only one support just because the angle that comes up and hits his arms. And usually the print fails somewhere around there because it's such a steep angle. And I need to figure out, I don't even know if I need to change the model itself. I think I just need to, what's the thing? I think I just need to figure out how to add supports only to his forearms. So instead of just hitting his fingertips and letting his forearms try to print out at that angle on this weak attachment, I just need some more attachments just on those spots. I don't know how to do that directly, but I'll see what I can figure out, and I'll show you guys that model next week when we will definitely be playing this game. All right, well, without further ado, let's see where we're at on the game. So we've got, look at this, a lot of red on this list. Red means dead. It's done. I almost finished the entire menu polishing section. We don't have a random track selector yet or an instruction screen. I think I'm just going to do art for that. So maybe I'll just do a text instructional screen, and then I'll add that later. But I don't know. I think we'll do this last if we do this today. Sound design is almost done. I've been recording airplanes that fly over. We've got construction nearby. I went recorded all the big trucks. I opened my car and recorded the engine, which is, a Subaru, which is not the greatest of engine noises. But I also recorded my dad's motorcycle and a few other things like that. He was at a party. I was like, hold on. And I pulled out my phone. I was like, can I record your engine real quick? And we got a few. So we've got a normal sound and a revving sound. And we may only need the normal sound because the sound design already revs up the engine as is. and it sounds all right. Big problem I face, though, is GarageBand. I'm so mad at GarageBand. I know it's not the top tier DAW. If you don't know, DAW is a music editing program. But GarageBand, after all of your songs, when you export them, adds like 2 seconds of dead air. So if I were to, I'd have to delete this because it won't export normal track. I'm gonna have to switch DAWs. I don't want to. GarageBand isn't the best DAW out there. I don't want to switch though because I know how to use GarageBand, and the cost of learning a new one is going to be steep. Just it's not even like what's it? Like the thing is, I know this one, and the problem is AI can't even help me with this because of two things. First off, this doesn't have to do with code. AI can't write code for this because it doesn't need any code. So if I switch DAWs, AI can't just like take over the initial part and let me learn it slowly as we go and still get some stuff done. No, I have to learn it all up front. I have to get essentially nothing done for, a week or two while I learn how to use this. So a lot of work, no progress in order to learn another DAW, which is why I'm hesitant to. But get rid of that. Yeah, so I guess this would be the longest one. But if we go to here and pretending that these were bigger tracks instead of looking like a lot of dead air, and I export, it's going to bump this out to like here, and I'm just going to have this dead air right here, which is a problem if you want to loop your audio. And there's no way to stop this as far as I can tell. I've gone through a ton of different settings and stuff like that, and I can't find a single way to stop this. It's just going to add this so that when you put it in your program, in your software, and you start to raise, it's like and it's just it just bleeps out at the end, and it's so dumb. Like, of all the, you know how much money you put into this program, and you just automatically add 2 seconds of dead air just because to all of your audio tracks. So audio is almost done. I've got a really cool engine noise, and I've got a really cool scrape noise. The scrape noise was fun to make. I took a bunch of metal poles and stuff, and I went and held my phone recorder out and just dragged them along the concrete, various different sizes and lengths. I had one giant piece of like railroad something that was like, and then I had others like, and I did like just 10 different sounds. And then I also recorded a giant bulldozer dragging its bucket across the ground. Just, and I did that one as kind of a quieter side track to them. Anyways, I overlaid all of those. Now when you crash on the wall, it's like, it sounds really cool. It sounds really cool. Engine noise is almost done, but it has the GarageBand bug, and I think I'll have to learn a new music DAW, which is a bummer, but is what it is. So without further ado, I need to add something to our ship list. Pixelate the mini. I pixelated the mini map. That one was amazing. Let's add one more to this. Change project name and remove green line. Okay. Sound design. Yeah, so we've got all of this going. Okay. Yeah, because if you can see here, I did not come up with the name REDLINE to start out for this project. I was like, I'm making a racing game. So, need for speed is a thing. So I was like, need more speed too. Kind of like my friend's writing a romance fantasy book, and what's it called? Oops. Let's go with this. Anyways, she's writing a romance fantasy book. I am the plot father, so I'm helping out with the plot. And what's it? I cannot remember the title she has for the book. Every time she brings it up, I'm like, oh yeah, Romantasy Academy 7. So yeah, okay. So here's what we did. We started a lot of this last week. I finished a lot of this through the week. So we now have settings officially. So these are, it does not start at 53 and 52%. You can change the sound effects, and this will persist. So we can go back to the settings. Look, it's the numbers we just changed it to. That may not be exciting if you don't program stuff, but persisting data is exciting if you program stuff. You're like, yeah, it saves. You can close down the game, and this will. Actually, I'm just going to show you, just because you may not be interested in this, but I think it's cool. And now if we go to settings, boom, boom, still the same settings. They saved even though we closed the game down entirely, which is awesome. We already kind of did that for tracks and stuff like that, but it's nice to have settings that work. Track workshop, actually, now that I think about it. One more thing. Track workshop. Okay, we're not publishing this today just because I will need some extra tracks, but we can still publish this next week. Edit pass. I know this is scope bloating, but the track workshop needs help. You can see. If nothing else, we need the right, because you can't even read this, I would bet. I've got a giant screen and I can barely read this. These instructions. So these need to be way bigger. They need to be in the proper font and font color. I don't even know what open. Oh, it's the telling you what kind of thing it is. So they need to be the proper font color. They need to be way bigger. And I don't even know for sure if these are the right commands. And there's one more thing. Is it? It's just always open. We don't even need that command. Okay, so there's one more thing with it too. If you go back and you hit enter, it just goes forward. What it should do is it should create a new point there, because say I wanted there to be an extra loop here, or say I don't like how squiggly this turn is and I want to get some more points to smooth it out. You can't add points. I would have to move all of these back. So we need to change enter so it adds a point in the middle of the track. That's the only real technical change that this needs to be palatable. Let's move. Oh, and the track is closed now. Oh, so that's I remember now. It's closed. If it's closed, you can export it. If it's open, you can't export the track. That's right. Okay. So that makes enough sense. So yeah, we need to make the controls right or correct, and then yeah. But that's the track workshop. That hasn't changed much since forever ago. This has not this screen, but the rest of this. Oh geez, I can't actually remember where we left this off last. We had the ads working. The ads were functioning. Oh, splash loading screen. Ad loading screen. Okay, so now here's the cool thing. All of the ships have the same coloring now. I know it was cool to have different colors for them, kind of, but it's cooler now because these bars now have their own individual colors, and they have, so if I hit the boost, they use all of the boost, which is great. So by all of the boost, what I mean is this doesn't tick down. I used to tick down, you if you were here, you remember, used to tick down one chunk at a time because I didn't want to export. I think it ended up being 40 frames each for this. This top bar, 106 frames. This took forever. These two, 40 frames each. So 80 frames for those two. It was a trick. Also, we pixelated the mini map, which I like. It didn't fit the style before. Now it's pixelated. I think it looks better. It looks like it fits the art style of the game. The crowd and audience isn't pixelated, nor are the ads. I don't know how much of a problem that is. Oh, that's interesting. We're getting less sparks on the right side. I'll have to check that out. Anyways, so if I hit the boost, though, this is the cool thing. If I hit the boost now, look at the engines. They turn blue like the boost that you're eating up. That's great. But what's even better is the overburn now works. So if I hit K, which I might have to find a new. Look how freaking fast we're going. Now, if that runs out, we start eating into our life total. Not good for us, right? So I'm going to wait till I build up a little more boost. You'll be able to see, because this is a cool thing, you can use up your boost while you've got it. If you don't run your boost all the way out, like down to the bottom, it'll just keep refilling and you can use it at any time. If you do run it all the way out to keep the boost from stuttering, it locks you out until it gets back up to 40%, which is that second tick. So if I run this out, you'll see it stays empty for a second. It's technically filling, but as soon as it jumps up to 40%. Okay, now that we have purple boost, let me purple boost, and you'll see when it starts eating into our HP, our flames will turn red. Now it's eating my HP, and I exploded because it was eating my HP. So yeah, I did the HP reduction. We got that. I think that's so cool. It means you can use, the boost is never going to hurt you, which didn't feel good. That's right. Last time when we were doing the live stream, the game still wasn't fun to play. The game was fun to play. I added the boost health steal thing and a few other features, and the game stopped being fun to play, which is a super bummer if you're making a game that lives totally off of game feel and vibes, because that is what this game lives off of. So I was like, okay, feels lame to take out the boost. Don't take out the boost. Let people boost. So you can boost until you run out of boost and you keep your speed and all that. But you now have an extra boost. Look how fast this goes. Boom. But you still don't want to eat into your HP without knowing it. So the engines turn red when you start eating into your HP, which is awesome. And yeah, that's the big change. I think that's one of the last things we needed was now. I don't know if you guys can feel it from the other side of the thing, just watching the screen, but the game is fun to play again. It was so fun to play when I first made it, which is, a great thing. So fun to play right off the bat. Did a few tuning changes for playability, for fun, and made it so fun to play. And then I added in these, real techie features and whatnot, and the game stopped being fun to play, which is a bummer. And it was only that way for a few weeks, just because it was some stuff I added. Anyways, having it this polished now and fun to play, really nice. Is really nice. I wonder if I should run the crowd, the audience, through a pixel filter too. That might not be a bad idea. Okay, we got a little bit of K boost. Wait for the straightaway. Give me this turn. No. And here we go. Oh, baby. Oh, I'm burning my life. Dang it. I held it too long. And we are lock in, baby. Lock in. It's time to get serious. I think I told you guys this, but Jackson always jokes that whenever we're racing this and I say, time to get serious, time to lock in, I always crash immediately after. So when we're racing, he'll be like, time to lock in. And I'm like, because he's trying to get ahead of me. It's like, time to lock in. I'm like, shut up. Oh, geez. Is my model missing that pipe? No, it's just not showing the color. Oh, that's a slight problem. Okay, I gotta fix that. That's not a big thing. And the game can ship without that. Oh, holy fetch, the highest speed is way higher with the lifesteal boost. I love that. Number go up is a big and fun thing to have. Okay. Yeah, that is going great. So that's what we're working on today, and we are so close to publishing, to actually getting this game playable by the masses. That is crazy good. Okay, so next thing, sound design is in development and almost done. As soon as GarageBand stops being a wad, and or as soon as I decide to learn a better music DAW. So next, the balance pass, reduce turn radius. Okay, brake tuning and reverse. And reverse when you hit the brake from a standstill. Okay, turning radius, and I'm not going to flip the camera when you hit reverse. You get to back up and hope, like old people do. I survived this long. I'm not doing that because Burnout does that, and it's the most disorienting. Yeah, disorienting. Disorientating is not a word, is it? Am I getting it wrong? No, I'm right. Probably. It's the most disorientating. I might be right. Disorienting? Is it disorienting or is it disorientating? Because you're in disoriented. Disorientation. Not gonna lie to you, both sound right. Which unfortunately is usually my feel for the English language. Is you can kind of tell at some point which parts of it sound right. I don't know. Neither of those sound right. Okay. Not important. Oh yeah, Burnout. When you back up, it flips the screen on you real quick, and it's like I just needed to get out of the ditch. Like I wasn't trying to fly down the highway backwards with reverse controls because that was something I wanted to do. No, I just wanted to get out of the ditch and turn around. It's like, let me pan your camera around, give you a little bit of motion sickness, and oh, you let go of the brake, pan it right back around, and now you're throwing up. It's like, no. There's no reason to take this track backwards. You don't get boost going backwards. You just go backwards and your camera stays forward. It's a third-person camera anywhere. Anyway, okay. Okay. Brake. So it slows more the longer you hold it. Turn radius from 0 to 100 based on movement, so you don't wiggle at low speed. Okay. Okay. Turn, change, drift, brake, button held, turn. Okay, change drifting turn radius from 0 to 100% based on movement, so you don't wiggle at low speed. Brake tuning, so it slows more the longer you hold it. Okay. Also, make 100% a bit less intense. It's all but useless. It's too sharp. Okay. Okay. And brake tuning, so it slows you more the longer you hold it. Reverse when you hit the brake from standing still. Sorry, I had to peer around the camera to see that. These are art assets that about page tutorial. Okay, yeah, we're definitely not publishing this today, but I think we can get it next week. which is actually right in time because I think it's the GMT Game Jam, not next week, but the week after. So that would be perfect if I could publish this, be like, it's out, then do the GMT Game Jam. Okay. Okay. I started typing that prompt, but I realized that I already had the value for it. Okay, so what are we doing? What are we doing? Awesome. I upped the pixel size. This was pixelating the minimap a bit, and it looks great. Now let's tackle the breaking issues. Okay. Change drifting. Brake button held. Turn radius from 0 to 100% based on movement so you don't wiggle at low speed. Also, make 100% a bit less intense. It's too sharp. Brake tuning so it slows you more the longer you hold it. Reverse. Okay, we're going to actually make these look like three things with return keys because it did not seem to do that initially. And if we can get this, that's the whole balance pass, which is great. We should be able to just get rid of all of these once I have the right music track. But I'm not going to do that because you can't hear anything. To break, to read. Okay. Now this is something with this. I am using Claude Code now, which is agentic, which is what that means is it's allowed to go into my system and do things, but I've got strict restrictions on it actually doing things. Because again, I don't like my projects running away from me. I want to actually do it. Not just out of a sense of like masochism or I must have my I must do everything. And no, I'm not precious about it, but I'm a little precious about it. I'm not terribly precious about it, but what I am is concerned with how AI tends to code things, and I am concerned with knowing my project. If something goes wrong, I want to know what's going on and how to fix it. Generally, I want to know the general structure of my project. I don't want to say, hey, generate a project and have Claude generate a project for me. No, I want to make a project. I want Claude to help me code it. We're a team. So it doesn't actually change anything, but it can read my files. This is useful because it means I don't have to paste in a million different terminal commands like I've been doing for the past, what are we on? 8, the past 7 streams. So that's why I went with that. Yeah. Saw an interesting take on AI recently. And while I stand by my very hopeful stance on AI, I think there are some things to worry about, and one of these guys got that actually pretty right. And essentially, and I've said this before, I think AI is like the internet. Like it's as big a change as the computing machine and as big a change as the social internet to humanity, if not possibly bigger. Lots of pros to that. Morons like me can make a game. That's awesome. But there are lots of cons to that. Porn's going to be a big one. That is going to be rough on the kids. I personally will not be giving my kids phones or like phones that have access to the internet or internet devices anytime soon. I think I'll start them out with old computers that we can soup up and hook up, and I'll connect to the internet briefly to download games and programs and other things that they can mess around with, because it's good to be on top of the information age. But kids don't need to be engulfed in it. They don't need to have AI friends. They should have AI. They should have AI usage because it's like having a computer or a calculator or whatever else. I think I'm going to do my own self-hosted local AI things for them so that they can use the stuff, but I can have heavy duty restrictions. It's my AI. It does what I want. And it doesn't corrupt or mess with my kids, because that's going to be a big concern in the near future. So there's a lot of things to worry about. But I do think that all the benefits are a thing as well. Okay, we're going into the ship collider. What? See, this is the reason I like to actually do some of this stuff. Why is the braking held in the ship collider? No, no. This is why I'm stupid. I'm dyslexic, because that says ship controller, which makes sense for it to be there. Okay. Thought I was making a point. I was making a fool of me. Make the drift less sharp. Drift multiplier, we don't need to go down by half. Let's do 3.5 to start. Braking and reverse. Okay. All right. So we're going to add some extra values to that. Okay. Brake, hold, timer, state var. Okay, vertical velocity. Vertical velocity. Do we use vertical velocity in this game? Okay, track hold time. Okay. Progressive brake plus reverse. Here we go. Not gonna lie to you, when this is done, I'm actually really looking forward to some hardcore racing with my siblings. Sounds like a freaking blast. That was the last thing. Okay. So, let's give this a shot. Oof. Little interesting tidbit about voice recording and being on camera in general. I was just going to make it look worse. You're going to notice if I say this. Maybe I won't say this. Let's pick a different ship. I've been on this one for a while. I also think I want to switch the preset to white. Yeah, white will be good. Okay. Here we go. Oh, this one just feels like a tank. I love this one. Okay, let's see. Okay. Oh, the 4 purple engines. Oh, crap. I haven't swapped out this model yet. Oh, I freaking love that. That's so cool. Okay. Okay, now let's brake. How do we brake again? Okay, we did not tone down the turning radius, but we did get more slower. Does that feel as jerky? Is that as jerky as it looks? That looks pretty jerky. So if we crash into a wall, okay, you can't actually turn while backing. Okay. You slow down faster over time. I can't tell. I can't. Okay, I'm going to crash real quick just because. Or wait, I can just hit K. Whoa! Boom! Okay. We are going to try to see. Actually, I need a straightaway. Which was back there is the best straightaway, unless I'm mistaken. Yeah, that's a good one. Okay, so we're going to come up here, right next to the wall. We're going to see if this jerks us around. Okay. Does that... I don't know. I feel like... that's... Okay, that's throwing me. Because I feel like that's wrong. It feels like it's going like a fish. Does that... Am I crazy? See, I don't know if this is a big deal. I don't know if this is a big deal. Okay. It's tricky. It's... Okay. We should probably turn off the engines for backing up, I think, just for the look. Okay. Now, I need to test the brake turns, which is coming up here. Oh, geez. I need a different track. This one's... I did too good with this one. It's got long track. Not shell, yeah. Long track. This one's got sharp turns. I actually haven't seen this one on the pixelated map. This will be... Oh, yeah, not bad. Okay, here we go. Okay, okay. That actually, I mean, I crashed because I was expecting the normal, but that actually does feel a little better. Yeah, I'm holding it too long. Okay, okay. Okay. Okay, so maybe you have to tap it like a time or two. Huh. Still feels wobbly at low speeds. Yeah, okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. Still feels wobbly at low speeds. It's not bad at high speeds. I don't know if I'm crazy on the backup thing, but people shouldn't be backing up that much in this game. Hey! Wow, that looked really wobbly. Why was that so wobbly? Just the camera. Oh, it's because we were in front of it. I think. Just how the track built. Huh. Not now, but I might have to add some smoothing to the AI track driver. Okay. For some reason, the turn radius still feels pretty sharp at low speeds, but feels good at high speeds now. Reverse works, and brake slows you more the longer you hold it, which is great. Oh, we haven't made the overburn heal you, the coolant effect. Okay. So slows you more the longer you hold it, which is great. We should turn off the engine effects when we trigger the reverse. But feels great at higher speeds now. Reverse works and brake slows you longer, which is great. We should turn off the engine effects when we trigger the reverse and turn them back on when we are no longer reversing. Okay, so we'll do that. And the loading screen is going to be one that's coming up. So let's go find that asset. I think we're in textures. Holy Hannah. Okay, textures is big. Ship. No. System. Yes. Redline cover. Okay. You know what? Let's add you to the add static. You'd be fun to have there. Oh, and let's add that. Dang it, it's on my phone. This might be worth doing. Okay. I'll have Claude to run anchor lines for jet flame. That's fine. Okay. I think it might be doing it. If it is doing it, I'm going to tell it not to do that again. But crap. Guys, you might have to go on a journey with me here because I might have to access my phone for just a second to get one of the images that I desperately wanted. I mean, it's not that important. It's a little important. It's not the most important thing. Actually, we want to be up in, not that, games. Hexbloom, Redline. Here we go. Redline cover. We want that red line. It's so cool. Why not have it? Okay. In ads, and actually that might be a good place for it to live. In ads static. Okay, so we'll do that next. Two changes. Or two things. All right. Find that. Replace it with that. We'll find this. Update jet flames. We're going to add a gate to it. Okay, and let's see if that works. Godot. Because it just might. You never truly know. All right. Here we go. This is why I need the loading screen. Hey, okay. We should have them fade in and out when they turn off. Okay, let's start going slower. Still way too sharp at low speeds. Okay. You know what? For the first post, I don't need to make it fade in and out. That's fine. Still way too sharp at low speeds. We want 0 drift when you are standing still, and we want almost no drift when you are no drift when you're standing still. We want almost no drift when you are moving slow. It should only be a real factor when you start moving fast. Okay. Okay. So we've got that. We found the asset. Maybe I can find it in my own stuff. Oh, this might be okay. Fun thing. This guy, which is blurry because again, I export everything at the base level. I might use this guy for hex bloom. There's his face, and if we go to hex bloom, here is his hand. I may do a lot of this on a live stream, and I think I will save the reveal for who this guy is and why he's so creepy and stuff for later. Yeah. I love that idol. Dodge. Yeah, that guy's fun. Okay, and we have our answer. You're right. Squaring softened it, but the turn authority, min floor 0.05, still let you pivot in place. And the curve wasn't steep enough. 2 changes remove the standstill floor and cube the ramp. So low speed gives almost nothing and only ramps in as you get going. Okay. Okay, so we're going to take it out entirely. That makes sense. So he made it small, but we want it 0. Cube the ramp. I can't say that's a term that I am familiar with. It could be because there's 3 values. And now we got ramp T, ramp T, ramp T. Turn authority min. What on earth is... Okay, I don't understand this one, but I think I'm okay with it. I understand the general thing of the code. Let's see if it worked. Boom. Start. Now, we're going to have to wait. I need a... Oh, no. I'm going to need a loading screen. By a loading screen, you know I have a loading screen. Okay. Promise I'm not normally this bad at racing. See, that looks good. Feels good, too. Okay. You know what? I have an idea. We're going to start this out as minus 0.1. So maybe it gives you less turning radius at 0 speed, and we got to work up from that. Oh yeah, so by a loading screen, what I mean is I'm going to need a loading bar so people know that the game isn't hung. Because even if it splashes to a loading screen, but then it doesn't do anything, people are going to be like, did the game freeze? Especially if they're on a slower computer and I have to load all of these images and GIFs, which I really need to tone down in image quality. Okay, that didn't do it. Let's go more extreme. Minus 4.1, save. See if that works, or see if I'm just stupid, which is possible. It's a distinct possibility. I don't think so. I don't like to think so. Oh, I should also add in the ability to edit tracks. I'm not doing it on the first release. I'm not doing it on the first release. There will be time for these things. That does not seem to work. That does not seem to be working. Okay. I'm just curious. Was I in the right ballpark at all? One more time. We're going to up it to 40, and if this doesn't do anything, then I'm really off. If it was concerned with 0.05, 40 should really make a difference. Actually, it does feel a little better. Oh, wow, that's interesting. You know what? I actually don't think I mind that. That feels pretty good. You can't tell. This is a hard one to have on live stream. Not as hard as the menu, but it's just this is all about game feel at this point. So just got to wiggle the controls and see how it feels to play. Oh, wow, it feels better. Okay, I like it. And we can. Sounds like we gay. K is the key with a K. You know, K as in K. Like okay. 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 That is not bad. I like that. I like where that's at. Okay. I changed changed this to the and I like the feel. It's not bad. It's not bad. Let's move on to a loading screen. Oh, shoot. This is going to be a problem because I want to use one of the ads. I want to use. Oh no, I want to use a triangle. Okay, and I can keep that in. That's fine. in the ads static file, there is a image called image called REDLINE cover. When you REDLINE cover, and in the ads folder, there is a file called folder. Actually, I'm going to change this. Now's the time before I write it into code. Loading. Wow, that was a bigger one than I thought it would be. Oh, I guess because it had to technically move all of these, and this is one of the biggest ones in the thing. Oops. Actually, I really should change out all of the frames for this one. That's okay. I can do it. This one won't be as bad. Yeah, this one won't be as bad. 71 is a lot, but if I rename the file to be 000, then all I have to do for renaming each individual of these 70 files is do a 00, or delete the 2 zeros. 1 0 at first, then 2 zeros once we get past 10. That's not bad. I can reduce the pixel size, and that'll actually help the lag a lot. Okay. As a side note for those of you watching, the lag in this game is caused, actually, I was going to say likely caused, but almost definitely caused by how big my ad images are. Because I do full color ads. Some of these are for clients, some of these are for me. And I do very large images, very large file sizes so that you can blow it up and it'll look good. And the thing is, though, you don't need that big a size for this. And loading in all of those high density images, especially if you're doing, one every couple inches on the track, inches and every few feet in, in-game measurements, every few feet, if you have an ad on a very long track, it's going to bog down the processor having to load all of those into memory, especially if they're huge images. So I'm going to have to shrink those. This is going to be one of my, I think I started this on this one definitely doesn't need to be as big a thing. And there is in the ads folder, there's a folder called loading. When you hit, I think it's let's race. I want to load. I want to show that splash screen with the loading animation in the corner. Looping in the corner so that when the game lags a bit while generating and populating the track, so that when the game lags a bit when generating and populating the track, people will see the moving splash loading screen and know that all is right with the world. We could even screen with the loading screen with the word loading in that cool pixel font. We have, and the loading animation looping in the corner. Okay. Yeah, hopefully that works. But we'll see. Should I have been wasting my time on you at all? No, no, no. Should I have seen the writing that's written on the wall? Adding a loading screen to mask track gen lag. Good call. Let me find the exact asset path. Absolutely. You can look at where the assets are. Yeah. Said, tell him I'm a good kisser. If you're gonna tell him everything, tell him I'm a good kisser. Tell him all the things you told me in your desperate whispers. If you're gonna tell him everything, don't leave out the good parts. Tell him the way that you broke my heart when you told me that you missed her. Tell him I'm a good kisser. Oops. Dropped out all my guitar picks. And the metal ones too. Just kidding, I don't have metal guitar picks. I have metal. These things make surprisingly good guitar picks. And what these things are, the nicer version is this, that is a metal thing. They're collar inserts for Sunday shirts. But I don't wear Sunday shirts with collar inserts anymore, so I should probably get rid of those. But you know, maybe. On the side, while this is loading, I think I'm going to see if I can etch out where this dagger is going to be. Let me show you something cool while we do this. Okay, that doesn't look right. You know I'm not proud of the thing that we did. Didn't work out just the way that you wanted it. After it all, I stood up tall. I kept my mouth shut through it all. So yeah, working on a little skull dagger thing, gonna try to make a stiletto style. Because I started casting things in aluminum. Look how cool that is. It's got like a Cthulhu head thing. Found it at a costume shop. Cheap little plastic thing. Not all that great, but pressed it into some stand. Presto poro with aluminum cans like these. Aluminum dagger. Really cool. Now, aluminum's not the best material to be making daggers in. It's, you know, comparatively frail. But with aluminum this thick, this thing will, I mean, it's not that sharp. In fact, it's not sharp at all. It's pretty much an aluminum stick, but looks really cool. All right, let's see what we got here. Whoa. Whoa, okay. Okay, new file. That makes sense. Loading screen. It's the loading screen. The loading screen. I can't believe this tune is all about the loading screen. It's the loading screen. The loading screen. I can't believe this tune is all about the loading screen. So loading screen. I should not. Okay, let's find the right file. Anyone watching this, I don't know if you've ever, I'm in the wrong place. I don't know if you've ever seen Homestar Runner, but that was my childhood. And just those dinky little cartoons made in Flash. They were really good. Scripts, scenes. This is going scenes. We're making a scene. Yeah, so what's it? They did a whole musical number. Nope. Hold on. I'm doing the wrong thing, aren't I? Yeah, no, I don't want an actual scene. My gosh. Let's pay attention now. That whole song where they showed all of their creative loading screens, and it was the loading screen song. Oh, I am getting an incoming call. That's not good. Mom's calling. I'm on a live stream. What's up? Notify anyways. Okay. Because mom is important. If this turns out to be urgent, I might end the live stream here. That is priority numero. Script. Oh, jeez, come on, scripts. We want skeins. Here we go. Loading screen. I'll keep my mouth shut through it all. Okay, then in race setup, which theoretically should be here, we are going to put this in instead. And we're going to try it. And frankly, if this works, this will add like a bucket of polish to the game, frankly. Like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. Except the bar stopped moving. Okay, that's so cool. Hold on. That's amazing. That's so cool. I want to. The animation is definitely not moving. Okay. That's so freaking cool. I'm so thrilled about that. Okay. Background thread while the spinner animates, but the actual track generation runs in race scenes ready on the main thread. When we swap, So there may still be a brief freeze right at the end. Splash held on screen during it. For a demo that reads fine. Splash up. Spinner spins. Quick hitch. Race. That final hitch. If that final hitch is long enough to bug you, the real fix is making the track builder generate incrementally. Bigger job, separate pass. Okay, the hitch is significant, but might not be worth fixing before the first release. Okay. Oh, geez. Don't spill all of the screws. Loading frames are likely too big as assets. Same with most of the ads. If I export lower resolution versions, will that help? Fetch might now be worth fixing before release. Might not be worth fixing before the first release. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna edit it. But it might not be worth fixing before the first release. Good question. The honest answer depends which hitch. So let me actually measure rather than guess. Okay, sure. Okay, in the meantime, we do have a loading screen. And we've finished the balance pass, which means we are in really good shape. In terms of the game, physically we're suffering. But the game, that part is in really good shape. And I can ship it with that. It works well enough. Pink. That's so red. If you're gonna tell him everything, tell him I'm a good kisser. Tell him all the things you told me in your desperate whisper. You've actually spotted a real problem. Lower res will help a lot, though not for every part of the hitch. Here's what the numbers say. You're loading 71 frames, 2048 by 2048 each. Decompressed in memory, that's 16 megabytes per frame. 1.2 gigabytes of texture memory. Oh, jeez. For a spinner, you display at 160 pixels in the corner. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. It's 2048 is how big it is. 160 is how big it shows up. That's 20 to 2. It's literally 10 times bigger than it needs to be. It takes up 1.2 gigabytes of memory when it could take up 0.1 gigabytes of memory. Okay, a little less than 0.12, probably 0.11. Pretty much 0.1 gigabytes of memory, and it's taking up 1 gig. That's huge. Okay, so that's got to be the first one I hit. So the loading screen itself is causing a big hitch. Export those at 256. Yeah, I'd say that's a good call. Single biggest win. The lower res helps versus doesn't. Helps a lot. Texture decode, GPU, all that stuff. Wall textures. Loaded during build. Direction. It's great. Adds Calico Derringer 10 megabytes each. Is plenty. For in-world billboards, 75 megabytes of add textures, 205 PNGs total. Shrinking these cuts both hitches in the race and in-race stutters when ads spawn. Won't help the pure procedural work. The mesh/wall generation math in the track builder, that's CPU, not texture size, but given what I'm seeing above, I bet a large share of your hitch is texture loading/upload, not the math. So my earlier, it's the track gen was probably overstated. Priority order loading frames. Wall textures loaded during track build. The wall textures are tiny. They're wrong about that. Add texture 512. In race spawns overall size. Okay, important compression matters as much as important. Compression matters as much as resolution. So in Godot, select texture, import lab, set compress mode, VRAM compressor. Okay, I just wanted to confirm there was nothing special we had to do, and that's right. Track workshop. Okay. Now this one. Okay. I'll re-export. I'll re-export. Do you have any idea how to safely change the project name? I didn't have a good name for it when I started, so I called it Need More Speed 2 as a joke. Now it's Redline. Redline. Stop. Breakneck. Honestly, I wish they didn't have enter as the thing. Like you just hit enter. Let me just push the button. Or make shift enter be the one to do the thing. Don't make me hit shift enter every time I'm typing my long message. Just bothers me. It's a UI thing. Maybe there's a way to change that in settings. I don't know. Because you can hit enter by accident. You don't hit shift enter by accident. That one you have to do purposefully. Okay, I don't have a good name for it when I started, so I called it Need More Speed 2 as a joke. Now it's Redline Breakneck. That is the official title, and I'm not sure how to change it to that. Also, we need to remove the green line because we're getting into the final stages. I think I've said this before, but the green line in the thing, you'll see it halfway through the track. That's just to keep people from cheating. And By people, I mean me, because I accidentally did. If you just pass the finish line and then turn around and would pass the finish line again instead of doing the whole track loop, it would count it as okay. Yeah, find it. Okay. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so it would yeah, anyways, we were generating the track, so we had it generate an extra finish line. So we took the finish line code, extra finish line, but we made it green about halfway through the track. So if you're going and you pass the red line, that's a lap. And then if you pass the green line, that triggers the red line to be active again. So if you pass and then pass again and keep looping around the red line, doesn't do anything. The red line is inactive. That's the finish line. If you then go around the thing past the green line, now the red line's active and you got to make it back and pass. But we don't want the green line to be visible. It's just a trigger, so you have to be running the race. For everyone else, it'll just look like, it doesn't let you cheat, but it's just a really simple code fix. To compare builder versus user saved tracks. Is where you save the data files. Let me check for any reference first. Good news, the name lives in exactly one place, config.name or /name and project.godot. And nothing in your code references it. So the rename itself is trivial and safe. One catch is your saved data location. Let me confirm whether you're okay. Yeah. Because the file definitely says need more speed too. I wonder, I'm just going to see if I can fish around. Let's go to project settings. Okay, name. Oh, hey, I might just be able to do that here. Okay, we're going to try this. Redline breakneck. Okay. Did that work? Okay, now to check, because I've got files that should show projects Godot. Oh no, that's not right. Dungeons need more. I was talking to my friends and I talked them into making a game, and they're like, what do we call it? The dungeon crawlers, like the dungeons. Dungeons. Oh my gosh, if we actually make that game, that needs to be the loading sound. Like when it boots us, dungeons. Project settings. Set it to Redline breakneck. This is the thing to know. There's no res track data in your project. All 10 of your tracks exist only in the user data folder. That has two consequences. Renaming moves user path, so the game would look in a new empty folder and your tracks would vanish, still on the disks at the old path, just orphaned. Bigger problem for release, because they're not in res // they won't ship in an exported build either. Player doesn't get 0 tracks. Bundling the tracks into the project, copy them into a new res tracks data folder. Okay. Out of curiosity, did I just ruin this? No tracks! Oh, I did. Okay, I just ruined this a little. Okay. I renamed it. And the folder is still named and Finder is still named Need More Speed 2, and you were right. My tracks are gone. Are gone. Can we fix that? Can we fix those two things? Renamed it, and the folder and Finder is still named Need More Speed 2. And you were right. My tracks are gone. Delicious. Is Dr. Pepper a Coke product or a Pepsi product? Crazy thing. Do you know Coke is a psyop? Yeah. You're as surprised as I was. It's Coke bought out like huge portions of Hollywood, and they were able to use films as adverts for Coke. Every single film from my parents' generation growing up. Copy Orphan Tracks. Yes, please copy the Orphan Tracks. Project Res Track Data. But yeah, it's every single thing had Sprite, had Coke, had Minute Maid. Every single film, it was America's drink because Coke made it that. Didn't hurt that they had all that money from selling buckets of cocaine beforehand. You look at how much cocaine like drug addicts do on a regular basis if they're able to get them, like well-stocked drug addicts. And you look at the average amount of cocaine in a single can of Coke from the day, and it's like, holy fetch. It's so much more Coke than a Coke head does. Oh, it's insane how much Coke it is. And then they couldn't sell cocaine anymore because that became illegal. So they just started selling like wine as a drink. And then when I think it was either prohibition or it just became uncool to sell alcohol. I think it was prohibition though. Then they just started loading it with as much sugar as they could possibly get to stay in water. They actually discovered a new technique where if you slowly mixed in the sugar while heating the water, you could get more sugar. Because if you pour salt or sugar into water and just mix it up, if you pour too much, the sugar will just settle to the bottom. But if you slowly heat water and mix sugar in, I think it just did it. This one I'm okay with it just doing because that is complicated. Let's see if it worked. Redline breakneck. Let's race. Let's start. Oh, it looks so good. Oh, it looks so good. I can't even. I'm awing. Okay, that's beautiful. Oh, we got all our checks. I don't know why I'm racing. I don't need to, but this is amazing. Okay. Awesome. We're back, baby. Fully. Okay, safest way probably right now. Quit Godot fully. Okay. I should actually do this. Fingers crossed. Save. Okay. Okay. We got that. And then we want to go. No. Stop. I didn't mean to be on you. That's what she said. Redline. Breakneck. Oh. Okay. Redline. Breakneck. Okay. A little worried about that one. I was always worried about this step. Oh, jeez. Because Need More Speed is now a missing project. Godot. We're going to go red line, breakneck. Open. Okay. Oh, please work. Please work. I should have saved more things before I did this. Okay. Please still work. Please still work. I beg of you. I beg of you, please still work. Oh, yeah. Ah, yes. Yes. Okay. Woo! That was a little nerve-wracking. Not gonna lie to you guys. That was a little nerve-wracking. Whew. Oh, jeez. I did not know how that was gonna turn out. Oh yeah, this is the little bean so we can test the thing. I'm so glad. Oh, so yeah, you can see if you just pass the red line over and over again, it doesn't do anything. But if you get stuck on a wall, then it still doesn't do anything. But if you pass the green line, now that's a lap. Oh, jeez. Don't make a track this small. I'm going to remove this one. This is only for testing purposes. If you want to get a little motion sick, we can actually finish this race, which is kind of the point of this one, was to be finished. Boom. Oh, except it may have reset my laps. 6. Now let's see. 7. 8. 9. 10. Yeah, reset my laps. Okay. Okay. All right. That's fine. Oh, wow. Look how fast that thing's spinning around. Oh, geez. Actually, let's check and see if that's the thing. Let's race. We don't want that one. Let's do long track. Now let's do shell yeah. Shell yeah. Beautiful splash screen. Beautiful splash screen. Oh, that still works. Oh, but I should check settings. Settings got reset as well. So let's just make sure these are working. 46 and 61. Now, okay. I just had to redo my base settings, but it's remembering everything now. Maybe I should set this to like 5 seems short, but maybe I should set this to like 7 as the standard. 7's a good number. Okay. Well, that's that. We are back, baby. Everything is working. I had to reset sound and lap settings, but they are all working now. Working good. They're all working now. Home stretch, baby. It's not how you spell stretch. Home stretch, baby. We need to remove the green line and set green line and set the P1 starting ship color to white. Cyan is not the best foot. We could put forward by remove the green line, I mean make it invisible. We still want the functionality of it. We just don't want players to see it. Okay. Oof, yeesh. Oh, choose a folder. Huh. Oops. Projects. Python. Not Python. Godot. This one. Open. Trust this workspace. Awesome. We're back, baby. Everything's working. Don't want to confuse you with the extra one that I accidentally added in there. I had to reset my sound and lap settings, but they are all working now. Home stretch, baby. We need to remove the green line and set the P1 starting ship color to white. Cyan is not the best foot we could put forward. By remove the green line, I mean make it invisible. We still want the functionality of it. We just don't want players to see it. We are so close. We only got 15 minutes left in the live stream, which is fine. But we are so close. I need to export some assets. That is just going to take some time. That's going to be grunt work. I'm going to throw on a movie with my wife, and I'm just going to export assets like a fiend. I'm going to import them into the thing. Okay, allowed Claude to find the green line drawn. Okay, yeah, allow. All right. Yes. Yes. Come on. Home stretch indeed. 2 quick ones. Let me find that green line first. Need to see where it's drawn. Heads up, looks like the project folder already got renamed. The absolute path is gone, but the shell is still inside it via the relatives path, so we're fine. Let me pin down where the green line actually comes from. It wasn't in the obvious spots. Not in JSON tracks either. Let me cast a wider net for the green line. Check the finish line code for the track builder. If it's not there. All right. I was just having trouble finding it. Found it. The green line is the checkpoint gate strap JSON track GD draws a green with visible stripe equals true. Fourth or last. Let me confirm that toggling it keeps the collisions. Probably keeps the collisions, getting that it's visible strip. Confirmed visible strip. Okay. Hey, okay, we're good. Let's do JSON track. Where are we? Oh, jeez. You know something confusing on this? I need to swap this out. Dang it. Crap. Zish. CD ... CD redline breakneck. Did I mess that up? Oh, I hope I didn't. Okay, no, that's just a weird thing. We're in redline breakneck. Okay. Okay, breakneck. It'd be terrible to misspell something at this point. I think we're code ... Hey, that worked. Code dot, not 2 dots. Okay, and we're back. This all was pointing at the wrong thing. So, ooh, out of curiosity, get status. Get add star. Get commit. Home stretch. Working on final touches. Ah, shoot. I did git commit and then did a message. I did git commit -m then do a message. Because the -M means you want to do a message. Okay. Now we get status. On branch, feature, lobby with device claiming. Nothing to commit, working tree clean. Cool. Which means, haha, you should always go away. You should also go away. What on earth is high MP3 doing here? I should really delete those. Okay, so we were finding JSON track. So we're going for scripts. Why is this? Model should not be open. Scripts. Audio. Tracks, I think. JSON track. Here we go. Find that track kit. Literally all we're doing is changing this to false. False. Oh, baby. Come to Papa. Let's race. Hell yeah. Ha, the loading screen. It's so cool. It's the loading screen. The loading screen. I can't believe this tune is all about the loading screen. It's the loading screen. The loading screen. Believe this tune is all about the loading screen. It's the loading screen. Sorry, then Strongbad joined in. The loading screen. I can't believe this tune. It's all about the loading screen. It's the loading screen. The loading screen. I can't believe this tune. It's all about the loading screen. It's the loading screen. The loading screen. Okay, it looks like everything's working. We should do one more lap to verify, but it looks like everything's working. Ah, jeez, this track is I'm too gentle with my curves when I designed this track. There's only like one turn that needs the shift, which will probably be Anden's favorite thing. Another one of my brothers who hasn't been able to figure out the drift well. On big open tracks, he is the best racer among us with very little like help. He is very good at this game. Okay, come on. It's the loading screen, the loading screen. Can't believe this tune is all about the loading screen. It's the loading screen, the loading screen. Lap 2. Okay, it's working. And there's no green line. Beautiful. Now, let's change this. So, Hyan isn't the thing. Race setup. Here we go. And that's a scenes. Race setup.gd. Find this. And we are going to go 0243. I'm just gonna make this white, orange, green. What are all the numbers? Let's see. Okay, so 1 is white, 2 is orange. 4 is green. 3 is yellow. 5 is cyan. So, or 0 is white. So what is 1? 0 is white. What is 1? I think it's black. Time to find out. Because I kind of like black better than green anyways. As far as how it looks on the ships. The black and white definitely look the best. The gold is not bad either. But I am going to need controllers for this so that I can get up to the 3rd ship. It's the loading screen. Okay. Let's race. Boom. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no. No. Don't do this to me. No. As a side note, 3 is red. We didn't need the controllers to figure this out, but I broke controller support. Ah. I broke control. Oh, no. Something I did, because I haven't tested it with controllers in a while. Something I did broke controller support. Okay. Well, that's good to know. One is red. I'm just going to put that in really quick because that was part of this. One is red. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's try 6. 6. Might be black, might be pink. 6 or 7. Let's do 7. And then we'll test that out while I have a breakdown. Okay. Small issue. Not with this. This all went great. But somewhere in the last week and a half of work, we broke controller support, which is like the foundational pillar of this. 'Tis this game, which is the foundational pillar of this game. Controllers connected to the computer can no longer press A to join. Well, that's not good. Not gonna sugarcoat that for you. That is pretty bad as things go, but we will fix it. We will fix it. Don't panic. Panicking is what the devil wants. Don't give it to him. Blue and magenta. Okay. Even further. It's got to be 8 then. I don't want that. I want you. Okay. We're going to go back to 3. We're going to set you to 8. So 7 is blue. Or 6 is blue. 6 blue. 7 magenta. I should really just call it pink. Save. And I think that should give us black now. And let's really test this, shall we? Please, please. Anything. Nope. Nope. Definitely connected to. Oh, wait. Oh. Wait a second. Okay. You're connected, though. Aren't you? Aren't you? Hold on. Oh, that one's. Okay. This might not be as catastrophic as I thought it was. If only I could tell you where I threw that cord. There it is. So maybe you're just not connected right. This looks as though it may be a problem with the controller. Okay, it's okay. We got this. Let's try closing and redoing this. Redline. It's nice to see the actual name of the game up there. It was a necessary step. It was a worrying step, but it was a necessary one. 2, 3. You will do it. Yes. And you're black. That's beautiful. Okay. Let's check our. You know what? We're going to try to connect. Check our system settings. Go to Bluetooth. See what's connected. Disconnect. Ooh. I think it's got to be red. It's not registering as a controller. Forget this device. Forget this device. Give me a. Okay, just try to connect. You can do this. No. Maybe blue? Okay, maybe I didn't break it. Okay, maybe there's just a controller issue. Claim is itself looks intact. Allow once. Bluetooth device. Which means we're going to forget these devices. Forget these devices. Okay. Could be a controller issue. Does look that way. Oh, this is something too. The ships start too close together. Whoa, they start really too close together now. Purple! Fetch. Purple! I'm gonna have to get used to playing this on a controller. That is not easy. Yeah, you get comfortable playing it on the keyboard, you know? Oh, jeez. Purple! Blue! Mother mercy. Okay. Does this feel laggy? Fool me once, right? Bow now, bow wow. Bow wow, bow wow. Cut through the static. Oh, geez, too sharp a turn. Bow wow, bow wow. Bow wow, bow wow. Cut through the static. Bow wow, bow wow. Bow wow, bow wow. Everything's pretty. Pretty as. Okay. So that works. What is going on here? Come on. No. Don't do that. Sure. Connects to that. Needs to register as a controller. Okay. This is likely a problem on my end. Okay. I might have freaked Claude out for nothing. Anything else on our list? Okay. We are in good shape. Sorry for the minor panic attack. Okay, track workshop needs an editing pass. Sound design is just about there. As far as assets go, sound recording, we got that. The about page copy, it's just, I'm going to do an about page. The tutorial image can wait. The tutorial audio is the same. The track ads are in. Oh, I need to re-export them. That's the thing. And the wall panels. I need to make more varied wall panels so that walls don't look so samey. Like you can see here. Same wall panel a few times over. Not great. That should do it, though. I mean, if that works, we're there. I need to figure out how to get this controlled, connected again. But assuming it does, we're in good shape. We're there. We've arrived. Yeah, we're okay. One way or another, we are going live next week. I just need to make the assets in between now and then. I seriously just need to be able to export these audio tracks without the extra lag that GarageBand is giving me. And yeah, gonna need a couple other things, but there's just not a lot left. It's gonna go live very, very soon, which is very, very exciting. All right. I am gonna cut it off here. We've got great news. We're doing good. We're doing awesome. I done awesome. And we're gonna finish this. We're gonna finish this. Finish him. And then do the GMTK game jam. It sounds fun to go, and I'm not as burned out on this as I was before. Like seeing this much progress, this is awesome. I'm ready to do the final stretch and get this thing done. And then it'll be nice to have it playable, play the crap out of it. And yeah, that. Okay, that's it. That's it. Thanks for tuning in, my one loyal viewer. And I will see you next week for the official release. I'm going to post this YouTube channel on Itch as well. So maybe we'll get some more viewers through that. Anyways.